everyone, and welcome to week 9 of my Real Men segment. I hope everyone is doing well so far in their fantasy leagues. Those fantasy playoffs are going to sneak up on us, so you need to be winning every week. I have 2 go hard picks for you and 2 go soft picks for you. We already talked about that there's 6 teams on a bye this week, so this is a challenging week for your lineup. Let me get right into it. My first go hard pick this week is quarterback Jameis Winston of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He is playing the Giants this week, and I know he's a rookie quarterback. He hasn't had the best season so far, but he hasn't had the worst season either. Right now, he has not thrown an interception in 3 weeks. I was looking at that, and I really like that because he started off this season. He struggled a little bit. He was throwing a lot of interceptions, but he hasn't thrown one in 3 weeks, so I like that. He also could have his tight end back. He should be back very soon, maybe this week, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And they had good chemistry the first couple weeks before he got injured. He, of course, has Mike Evans over there, and we're unsure if Vincent Jackson will be back this week as well. But Jameis Winston has been getting it done despite the injuries. And part of the reason he's been getting it done is because they have really gotten the running game going. I have Doug Martin on one of my teams, and it seems like Dougie is back. So I know Doug Martin didn't do as well last week, but he has pretty much been blowing it up. So that is really helping Winston out. As ever since they've had the running game going, Winston has been playing better and not throwing as many interceptions because he can lean on that. And like I said, they're playing the Giants this week. This is a phenomenal matchup. The Giants have allowed 3 300-yard passing games so far this season. And of course, Breeze threw for over 500 yards and 7 touchdowns against them last week. Now, I'm not going to tell you Winston's going to get you 7 touchdowns, but he should definitely be able to get you 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. It should be a solid performance by him. So go ahead, pick him up and get him in your lineup. Now, my second go hard this week is one of my favorite guys. I still wish we had him in Chicago. Is tight end Greg Olsen of the Panthers. And this is a guy that he's just a solid guy. I don't know why you would ever sit him, but you definitely need to play him this week. They're playing Green Bay, so this is going to be a very interesting matchup. First off, he is targeted the most on the team out of anyone because, as we know, the Panthers really don't have any outstanding wide receivers. Poor Cam, once again, is just working with what he has. So he's throwing the ball all the time to Greg Olsen. And Greg Olsen is catching a lot of those. So that is always a good thing in your PPR league. He is a top 5 tight end. He has 518 yards on the season and 4 touchdowns. I think he can get in the end zone this week against the Green Bay Packers. Martellus Bennett, Kelsey, and Gates all had very good weeks against Green Bay. So it seems like the better tight ends are having very good weeks against Green Bay's defense. And this is just a guy that, again, you shouldn't ever sit him, but he needs to be in your lineup this week for sure. Now let me move it on to my go softs. These are the guys that aren't going to get you as many points, so beware. You might not want to put them in this week. But my first go soft, I know I had to do it, is quarterback Andrew Luck, and he is playing Denver's defense. You know, it's been a sad year for Luck. I thought he would have a year similar to last year and just be blowing up the fantasy numbers, and he has been struggling. Right now, he is only completing 54.9% of his passes. If you look around the league, all the top quarterbacks are completing 65% and more of their passes. So he is way, way below that. And he's had a lot of injuries, let's just face it. He had the shoulder injury, which who knows could still be bothering him. Now we found out that he was playing with cracked ribs. It just seems like he's not healthy, and it's definitely affecting him this season. He has been sacked 14 times, so his offensive line is doing okay, but not great by any means. And Denver leads the league in sacks. They have 29 sacks. And he's thrown 12 interceptions, which is the most in the league. So as we saw, Denver made Aaron Rodgers uncomfortable in the pocket. When Luck is uncomfortable in the pocket, he makes mistakes. He throws those interceptions. This is just not a good week to play him. And I know it's hard not to play him, but this is just not the week it's going to happen. I'm probably going to even sit T.Y. Hilton because of this matchup. So sorry, Andrew Luck, but this is not going to be fun, I don't think. And my last go soft for this week is, any 49ers player. I know I did not say anyone specific on this one, but that is because this team is a complete mess. We just found out that Kaepernick is going to be benched, and Blaine Gabbert, yes, Blaine Gabbert, who used to play for the Jacksonville Jaguars, is going to be the 49ers starting quarterback. I don't even know. That team is just so bad. I think they're just trying to change things up, and I think at this point their head coach is just trying to hope that he has a job for next season. They have so many injuries. Carlos Hyde has a foot injury. Reggie Bush tore his MCL, so he's out for the season. That was another injury that just happened. Bolden is dealing with a hamstring. They just traded Vernon Davis to the Broncos. So this is just a disaster. They play Atlanta this week, and who knows, Carlos Hyde might have to run despite the foot injury because even their third string is injured. Their third string running back is injured, so Hyde might have to play. Atlanta only gives up 83 rushing yards per game, so Atlanta is very good against the run. And Atlanta has only given up 9 passing touchdowns, and Atlanta has 8 interceptions on the season so far. So again, this is not going to be an easy matchup for Blaine Gabbert either. Kaepernick was sacked 28 times, which is the second most in the league. So that offensive line is not performing very well. They weren't giving Kaepernick time. I'm sure Blaine Gabbert's not going to have a lot of time back there. So I just see this being a disaster for all of the 49ers players. But hey, if you want to pick up Atlanta's defense, that might be a good pickup. So there you go. There are my go hards and go softs for week 9. And Greg, of course, has his beasting out picks for you this week.